you guys want a lifted truck, right? Some of you guys out there, you're thinking about either lifting your truck or purchasing a lifted truck. So cool. All right, that's good. But I got 3 things you better consider beforehand. Number 1, do it right the first time. Don't cheap out. Consider what lift kit that you're either going to purchase and install on yours, or look closely at the truck you're going to buy, what lift kit's on it. Okay, now I've got friends that have certain brands and they swear by them, but y'all can tell by the gray in the beard, I've been around a while, made a lot of mistakes. So I'm just hoping to keep you guys from making costly mistakes. So there are many lift kits out there available for all models of trucks. All right, so I'm not here to endorse any of them or tell you which one you should pick, but I'm just going to tell you that there are reputable companies and there are fly-by-night companies that once you pick that lift kit and put it on, it's almost a non-reversible thing with going back to stock, because you have to cut a section of the frame. You know, you can weld stuff, so yeah, it can be reversed, but when you put the lift kit on, you want to be certain. That brings up another good point. So pick the right lift kit that you want. Don't settle. Never settle. I've known countless people who wanted a 4-inch. That's all I need is a 4-inch. Just upgrade over my 2-inch level kit. I need a 4-inch lift kit. I don't want to go any higher. I'm good with a 4-inch. 6 months after they get that 4-inch on there, damn, I should have went with a 6-inch. I'm driving, and man, this Razor is about to absolutely run over this guy on the bike. So out of various kits, I'm just gonna name a few. I have BDS. There are other kits like McGaughy's. You've got FTS. You've got Rough Country. You've got Ready Lift, FabTech, Tough Country. You got Super Lift. All these different manufacturers, and there are some that's cheaper than others by the way they make their parts, and also by the parts that they sell you in the kit. What I mean by that is they can leave out certain items to make that particular kit cheaper. Like you see a Ready Lift, Super Lift, Rough Country, or whatever the brand is, and it may not have shocks with it. It's got everything else, just not the shocks. So some of these kits can be modified to save you money. Number 2, after your lift, you won't be able to do things you once did. On this guy's TikTok, I saw, he said, lifted my truck and still able to fit through the bank teller. Well, brother, I don't know what bank teller you're using right there, but that is none I've ever seen close to me. All right, so give you guys a little shot of what it's like. All right, with the offset on the truck, the width, it's possible, but we're talking an inch or so. Now make it through the bank teller, fit in tight parking spots. Can I make it through the parking garages, the height-wise? There's a lot of things to consider as far as daily driving a lifted truck. So people think that once you lift your truck, you can go places that you never could before in a stock truck, like the muddy trails in the woods, snowy mountains, sandy beaches. That is all true. But there's also places, once you lift this, that you can't go that you once could, like bank tellers. So when you're trying to reach way down here to your keypad or to get your money out in a lifted truck, it's just not as easy as it once was. So there's gonna be parking garages, bank tellers, skinny smart car parking spots, and some fast food places. I've been to a Chick-fil-A to where you order just fine, but then once the turn going into to pick your order up, it's concrete barriers on both sides, and then they want to put those ridiculous cones out, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna run over that cone because I'm not going into that cinder block wall. So that cone is history if I would decide to take my truck, which I usually don't. Once the truck is lifted, you have to make decisions that you normally wouldn't with a factory truck. Before you have your plan, before you get in the truck and go wherever you're going, know where you're going, where you're going to park, get a general idea of the area. Like if you're on lunch break and you drove the truck to work and it's like, okay, I want to run down here at the local McDonald's, and you know that drive-through is going to be pretty tight, or you're unsure, park the thing, park across the street, walk, go inside. Oh, automatic car washes are totally out of the question, and they should be even before you lift your truck. Why in the world are you taking your vehicle through something like that? Definitely after you lift and go with any offset, because first off, the height of the brushes and everything, and the track width that the tire goes in, and you don't even have to be lifted. If you just have wide tires, whether they have offset or not, you could have a 1350 and up wide tire, like say on a 14-inch rim, or maybe even a 12-inch wide, that would not go down in the track to pull the truck or the car along to get you through to the other side. And wouldn't that be something? Get stuck inside that thing. Man, I've got a video about car washes. Yeah, I've got a video about them. Seriously, check it out right here. Number 3, the cost of maintaining a lifted truck is more. So now we're going to talk about the cost of maintaining that lifted truck. Everything costs more on a lifted truck. Parts, maintenance, insurance. Yes, I said insurance. Can you believe it? Okay, now you can carry factory insurance, or I shouldn't say factory, basic insurance on a factory truck. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So the bank thinks that you drive this when in fact you drive this. Got me? Okay, so if something should happen to this truck, they're going to pay you basically what a stock F-150 Raptor is worth, minus the $20,000 in mods that you've got. That's out the window. Now you can buy a package with your insurance. You can provide receipts, and you can basically pay for a package that includes all of your modifications, that if you're in a wreck or something, that insurance will take care of that. Tires are 2 to 3 times, maybe even 4 times more expensive on a lifted truck than they were when you got the truck from the factory. Say an $800 set of Goodyears. So I'm looking at replacing a factory rain tire with a set of ridge grappler or trail grapplers or mud grapplers or whatever the hell grappler you got. You got me? So it's gonna be more money. So you just gotta throw your wallet out there. It's gonna be more money. All right? So, and you're saying, yeah, but I figured that in with the price of the lift, wheels, tires, all that when I done it. Correct. But maintaining that, you're not gonna get anywhere near the life of these rain tires that you had in a set of mud tires or even all-terrain tires, grapplers, you're not going to get the same amount of life out of it. So more money, less life. How bad you want it, guys? Got to pay to play. So don't even get me started on the price of gas. That's right. All right, so with this economy we're in now, it's just crazy outrageous to even put gas in a truck. Well, when you lift this thing up, you put bigger tires, all that, the gas mileage goes down. So what does that mean? That means you got to come out of pocket that much more often to look good, guys. I want to go to fuel economy. All right, right there, you see it firsthand, 12.4 miles per gallon. So that's just one example, 12.4 miles per gallon on my lifted Indo Raptor. From the factory, these trucks usually get 18 plus. So 4-inch lift with 37s, pretty wide offset. It's gonna eat some gas. So averaging 12.5 miles per gallon on mine. The taller you go, the wider you go, circumstances change. So I've seen trucks drop down from 18 to 25 miles per gallon down to 9. You know, drastic, pretty drastic. Seen some that barely even affected. So it's all up to the individual circumstance, but it still costs more. Yeah, there's lots of variables when it comes to gas mileage. And that being said, you've got to figure gearing. What gears do you have from the factory? Have you switched gears to compensate for larger tires? How heavy are those wheels you just put on there? I also found out that if your vehicle will burn 87, but it says it in the owner's manual, it will run 93 to 87, but 93 is better. I found out that if you do run 87, that you get worse gas mileage, so you're gonna pay either way. Y'all gotta take into consideration how bad you want it. So parts, you're talking tires, you're talking suspension parts that wear out more frequently. And I'm not throwing off on the lift kits, but anytime you alter the factory geometry, you're gonna have bushings and wheel bearings that's gonna have a little more stress on them, especially if you do offsets. So yeah, the price of upkeep with stuff like this is gonna be more. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the video today. I sure appreciate all of y'all watching. Hopefully you got something out of this video. If y'all are considering lifting your truck or buying a lifted truck, take into consideration those 3 things that I just mentioned. So that's gonna do it for the video. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.